Hey, what's up everybody? It's Dominic from the Primetime Treasure eBay store and YouTube channel. The goal right now is to hit up 3 garage sales. I just came to the first one. Now this one is advertised as having a bunch of new with tag clothing on it at 75 to 85% off of the retail price. So we'll see. Not sure if there's enough margins on it to resell. So we'll take a look. There's supposed to be some other things in there too, and check it out. This is what things look like from the outside. Relatively small garage. You could see there's a art picture that someone's looking at that's framed. So there are some other things besides clothes. So we'll go inside, take a look. Just like what it looked like on the outside is what it looked like in the inside. It was relatively small. It was mostly clothes, as the ad said. You know, some of it was discounted 75% off or so, but still margins would not be great for some of those types of clothes that were inside to make a good profit on. So what I really focused on were the clothes she really was trying to get rid of that were almost a car accident in front of me right there. So if you heard that honking noise. But anyway, that would have been interesting for the video. So there were some clothes, some t-shirts that she was selling for $1. And so those were the ones that I focused on. And of those, I picked out 2. And this is where you really have to put politics aside when you are a reseller. That being said, I mean, if you don't want to get involved in political stuff, you don't have to, but you're going to miss opportunities sometimes. And so you probably know where I'm going with this, but this has to do with Trump t-shirts. Now, if you know about Trump ties sell really well. If you could pick up a good Trump tie, especially one of the signature series, those could go for $100 or more. So, you know, if you pass that by because you don't like Donald Trump, well, you just pass by $100. I mean, if you really want to stand by some sort of principle by not picking those up, that's totally within your rights to do. I'm just saying you're gonna be passing out on money. Now, personally, I don't care. I'll pick up Trump stuff. I'll pick up Obama stuff. I will pick up Bush stuff. I will pick up Clinton stuff. It doesn't matter to me. My goal as a reseller is to pick up stuff that has resellable value and to find items that other people want, that they desire, that they're going to pay for. And people will pay for a shirt like this. And I'll still keep the sticker price on there so you can see this is for $1. But there you go. Make America great again. And you know, why did I pick this particular one out? Not just because it said make America great again. It's because you've got that, you know, you've got the flashy colors. It really looks pretty new. You know, it really stands out, really makes a bold statement. That's the type of thing that somebody's gonna want, is something like that. And you can see here, it's just $1. So then there was, that was actually the second one I found. The other one that I found was this one, which I like. It's, you know, again, looks relatively new. It's got a nice bright blue colors. But there you go, you got the Trump-Pence logo, and there it says, no, sorry, this is not Make America Great Again. This is the Drain the Swamp one. So this is Drain the Swamp, also for $1. Whoever originally paid for this paid $5 for it, but this is going to sell for, you know, well over that now. So, you know, they'll go for anywhere between $10 and $20 a piece. We'll see. You know, I'll start it more on the high end and then work my way down. If for some strange reason, let's say this one didn't sell and this one didn't sell, I put them both up separately, what I could then do is I could combine them both together. They'll still both go out first class. So that's, you know, one of the goals I have when I make purchases like this. It gives me a little extra security. You know, say, all right, well, you know, now I'm more confident in the purchase because of what I just said. If one doesn't sell, I know I could combine it and sell 2. So that's a strategy to use when you're going out and you are picking. It's a little bit of insurance policy. All right, we'll head off to the next sale and we'll see what happens. Making garage sales picking great again. All right, we are at the next sale. This is the outside of it. So it's supposed to be, it's advertised as huge, although who knows. When you get in there, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, but I'm gonna have to check what happens when we get in there.
Nothing for me.
All right, thank you for stopping.
All right, well, basically what that was a hybrid garage sale slash estate sale. The person who was living there was a 94-year-old woman who wound up moving out because she was moving into a nursing home. So the family was getting everything together and just selling it off. So what I was just showing you was something to be on the lookout for. I picked them up wherever I could find them. These are these mechanics, popular mechanics books, or mechanics illustrated books, either one. Now what I do is I pick them up and I assemble them into lots. I stick with the 1960s or earlier. Those are the ones that typically sell. Now this would be an example of one right here. Now as you saw from that bookshelf, there were a ton of them, and some of them were pretty damaged, and so those are the ones I discard and I put away. And basically what I do is I systematically go through them, and there's a few things that I look for, which I'm going to show you in this one as an example. First thing you're doing is you're just looking for the cover. You want to make sure that there's no cover damage, no rips, no major stains, no major giant creases or anything like that. Those you want to discard. You want to sell ones that are in good condition. Those are the ones that are gonna, people are gonna purchase. They don't want ones that are all damaged. Ideally, it would not have a mailing sticker on it, but if it does, that's okay. That's not going to prevent it from selling. So, because that's how most people got these, were via subscription. The other thing you want to do is you want to look at the side like this. You want to look at the spine. What'll happen with a lot of them is they'll have significant damage to the spine where they're torn off edges, or they're just, really just kind of loose and everything. You don't want that. Then you also want to look at the back. And on the back of them, a lot of them, in fact, one I showed you, there was a big giant crease that was folded up. A lot of them actually had missing wedges of the back cover. Don't want those, just toss them away. So what I'm doing is I'm going through that entire stack. Takes a little bit of time, that's not too bad, and I'm eliminating everything from 1970 and above. Then anything that's 1960 or 1969 or below, I'm basically just going through and I'm scanning them, and not scanning them with a device, but with my eyes, and I'm just making sure that they're okay. You want to make sure the covers are not loose or detached, and that's what you're looking for. And I picked up an entire stack of them. I'll show you right here. Just pull out. Some are popular mechanics, but some are these, as I'll show you right here, some are these mechanics illustrated ones. Okay, and you see the covers are really nice and bright and everything, and that's really what you're looking for. People like these for the mechanics aspect of it. Obviously, they also like the vintage advertisements, and because they're both mechanics magazines and they were both common back in the day and popular, no pun intended with popular mechanics, but people will buy both of them together in the same lot. That's okay, and they'll sell really well. You just have to, get a little bunch of them together, like $10, $12, 10, 12 issues or so, or more, and you could do, well, I sold them for $60, $70, $80 before in terms of lots, so depending on how big it is. So I have a bunch actually at home, and I could just add these to it and create an even bigger lot. The bigger the better. So in terms of the size of the stack here, I'll just get them together just so you could get a sense, and then I'll tell you two other things that I got, and I'll talk to you about cost. So this is the entire stack right here. It's pretty big. There's a total of 20 books there. So in addition to that though, I picked up something else that was cool. And before I go on to that, let me just tell you something about this and why these were still there, even though the sale started a few hours before I wound up getting there, because I was obviously somewhere else earlier. You can see the bindings look pretty good here. But when you combine these on that shelf with the ones that were all kind of ratty and torn and damaged and moldy and things like that, people don't want to take the time to go through it. Because they think all of them might be damaged. They don't really see the specific ones in there that look nice. They just kind of make a lump sum guess that they're all kind of damaged, or most of them are damaged, when that's not the case. When you go through them one by one, you'd be surprised how many you pick out. Now, there probably were about 70, 80 books, so I picked out the best 20 and left just the bad and damaged ones behind, obviously. But, if you're willing to put a little time into it, this is what you could do well with. Some people don't want to pick them up because they don't want to get their hands dirty and stuff, but my hands aren't too dirty after that. If so, you could just bring a pair of gloves or something like that, a little pair of light gloves. So that's that. The other thing that I found, and again, this is something that people might pass up on because it looks dirty and stained and stuff like that, but it doesn't matter for this particular item. Condition is important for books, but there's certain ones that you would still want to pick up. You see how old this is? I mean, this is old. This has got to be from 50s or something like that. I mean, it doesn't have a date in it that I could see, but it has to do with this Planet Junior garden tractor. These were very, very popular back in the day. So if you do a completed sales search for Planet Junior items, you'll see that they sell for a lot of money regarding the garden tractors. In fact, this exact manual in similar condition just sold recently for $33, and look how thin it is. Okay, it's got to be, let's see, we'll count it up: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6-page book that just sold for $33, and there's not another one of them available online. The last thing that I picked up, and this is just for me, and I do this, I like to look for things that I could use in my business in terms of supplies when I go to these sales, but this is just a little zip pouch that's made of sturdier material than just a plastic bag that I can now keep all of my little tools in that right now I have in this little Ziploc bag. So I could just upgrade it, put it into here, and now everything will be easier to carry around. And plus I got the zipper on, I don't have to keep untying it all the time, so it's just way easier. So total price for everything, again, keep in mind that this right here just this book alone sold for $33. Everything that you see here that I just purchased, all the Popular Mechanics, Mechanics Illustrated, all this stuff, everything $5. So if you just factored in the Popular Mechanics and Mechanics Illustrated books, that would work out to 25 cents a book, which is pretty good. But after this sells, which I'm going to just put up first, I'm going to be in the profit just with this, and then everything I get from the mechanics magazines, I'm good to go. So that's it for this part of the journey, and there's one more to go to, so we're going to head off to that one and see if anything is good there. So far 2 for 2. Let's see if we can make it 3 for 3. All right, heading off. All right, at the last sale, this one looks pretty small from the outside. I don't even know if there's going to be much in there, if anything. So let's take one quick look, and I'll come back to wrap it up regardless. This is the house, by the way, which you can see, pretty small house. Garage is also small. There's a car blocking it right now, so I can't show it. But take a look. Doesn't look like there's too much in there, but you never know till you walk in. We'll see. Good grief. I mean, sometimes you wonder why some people have garage sales. I mean, there was barely anything inside. There's basically a tower of DVDs where there were these really thin DVDs, not like the actual normal size DVDs, and they were all bootlegged. You could tell, like, for example, like the picture that would be on the DVD was all blurry and everything. Like, it was obviously something that someone just printed off of a computer somewhere and just kind of smacked onto it. So whenever you see something like that, it's just a red flag that the person does not have pride of ownership, and just doesn't have anything there that's really going to be of much value. And that's basically exactly what it was like in there. I mean, there was just a whole bunch of scattered things, like a remote control with nothing on the back, and it was a cheap remote, or a laptop that was it was cheap. Not only that, but the whole screen was cracked in like 10 million places. So it's just like, really, like, why would you? And it's cold today too. I'm looking at the temperature and it's 34 degrees. So why would you set up a garage sale all day for something like that? I don't understand it. But anyway, 2 for 3, not bad. Gonna wrap it up for today and call it, it's not really calling it quits. It's just there's nothing else for today. So that's it. And I hope that you enjoyed this video in terms of some of the be on the lookout items and some of the strategies that I use and some of the processes that I go through. If you like this video, please make sure you hit the like button down below. Drop a comment if there's anything that you want to add or any questions that you have. I check them out all the time and happy to respond. Also, make sure you check into my Facebook group, the Facebook Reselling Resource Center. The link is down below, and make sure you subscribe. Subscribe counts are real important, and like to see those go up to motivate me to make new videos. So if you're coming back to this channel and watching the videos but haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Also, make sure to check if you are subscribed, if you think that you did subscribe in the past, because sometimes YouTube knocks off subscribers, and if they do that, then you might not be getting notifications. Just a glitch in YouTube. All right, see everyone back at the next video.